tech, sports, and investments. The UAE Entrepreneur's Vision.
I would like to invite on stage, actually, all of them are not just very successful entrepreneurs and very beautiful people and very inspirational. They're also friends that I've known for so many years. So every time I call someone on stage, I'm gonna say something about you that I know because I've known you for a while. First, I would like to call on stage Ahmed Aquaman. Come on stage. Have you guys been to JBR? Have you seen the water park with the messages like I love Dubai and all that? He's the owner of this. Okay, so me and him, we go back 25 years easily. When I used to be a fashion designer, he was the first DJ, and he was a good DJ. Good DJ. Not next. I'm proud of this story. If you guys need a track of his DJ, I have a link. I have a link to his music. He's amazing. So thank you so much for being here. Have a seat. Let me introduce the rest. Next, I would like to call my brother on stage, Sergio. Me and Sergio, my God. Me and Sergio, we did reality TV in Hollywood together. So we went through ups and downs. We went through a lot. But also what I love about Sergio is he comes from a sports background. And he's also an entrepreneur. And I saw Sergio go from like that boy filled with dreams to this man who's so grounded in the UAE and has everything he owns right now. So I'm proud of you. Have a seat, baby. Next on stage, I would like to call Khalid. Where's Khalid? You're so tall, I should have seen you. Me and Khalid met, like, I'd say, what, a year ago? A year ago, Khalid does a lot of inspirational talk on Instagram, and I got gravitated to his message. It's beautiful, and he has this calmness that no matter how angry you are, he just calms you down when he speaks. But at the same time, he's an entrepreneur, so I'm so excited to take you in a story through his journey and his feedback on the whole topic. So thank you so much. Last is Emkwan. If you guys don't know who Emkwan is, he's the guy that teaches me everything I need to know about tech. If I need to learn how to use anything on an iPhone, I go to his account. I need to know how to use this laptop, this computer. This guy is tech from head to toe. And I've known you for a few years. I'm so proud of you. Alhamdulillah. Yalla, come sit. Here. Okay, so each of them is in a different industry, but we all connect at the end on one message that we'll get to at the end of the conversation. So we're here to talk about entrepreneurship, vision, tech and sports, investments, so many things, because these men are like, they don't do one thing, they do a lot of things. So I hope you get inspired by this conversation today. So I'm gonna start with you, Emkwan. So,
Testing once.
Yeah, just tell them really fast, because I want enough time for all of you to talk as much as you want. Tell them what you do.
So I'm a consumer tech AI content creator. I left a government job about 18 months ago to go full-time. I was dabbling in content creation part-time for a while, and the last 18 months have been incredible vibes.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I'm doing.
It's not an easy jump, though.
It isn't, no, but it's been full of blessings. Yeah.
Alhamdulillah, that's amazing.
Alhamdulillah.
Ahmed.
So much to say.
Go for it.
Nickname is Aquaman because I have the biggest water park in the world. I have 34 water parks around the world for now. Guinness World Record holder, 50 awards in business, Entrepreneur of the Year, CEO of the Year.
Wow.
Self-made, no rich daddy and no rich, none of that stuff.
You know, they see us, they see with the Kandora, they assume daddy money.
Yeah. I wish that was the case. That wasn't the case. My compass is my intuition. That's how I got all the things. First year in business, I was rejected 617 times.
600 rejected?
And 17 times in the first year.
Wow. As like the Aqua Venture was rejected.
670 times the first year. I think I was sued 24 times, bankrupt twice, and now I'm the biggest operator in the world.
Wow.
Yeah.
Can you give us some of the countries that you're in right now?
Seychelles, Maldives,
You're
Oman.
in Seychelles?
Yeah, Seychelles, Maldives, Saudi, Oman, Egypt.
Guys, rejected 617 times. What is your excuse?
The first year.
What is your excuse? You know what they say? I hate it when people say you're lucky. Oh, you're lucky you have a business.
I'm
no,
lucky. Yeah.
he failed more than you ever tried. He's not lucky.
I'm
so
lucky because I
not
didn't
luck.
quit. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sergio.
Hi, how are you? So I'm a former professional athlete. I play for one of the best teams in the world since the small categories until training with the first team. And then I've done a bit of everything, a lot of real estate mainly now lately, but, you know, we did together reality TV and, you know, being an entrepreneur since very early stage in life.
Hey, Sergio, tell them about the football team. Who were you with?
Yeah, so basically, I mean, talking about rejection, I got rejected many, many times before getting to Real Madrid, but I pursue my dream and my goal and, you know, got in Real Madrid at the age of 13, became professional at 15, and I played until I was 21, and I made it to train with some of the biggest, you know, players in the world, Cristiano Ronaldo and some other big players.
Amazing. And then you went from that to something completely different.
Completely different.
Completely different. And you want to, so tell them about what you do a little bit.
So basically now the biggest project I'm doing is we're building a hotel in Bali. So I always wanted to own a hotel. So it's a luxury boutique hotel, 17 rooms is the first phase, and it's all about experiences and, you know, hopefully we'll be finished end of next year.
Amazing. And you also launched your vitamin line.
Yeah, I mean, we do a little bit of everything, but yeah, we have a vitamin line which we're getting into vitamin shop in the US, which is very exciting recently now. And yeah, pushing.
It's called Bust the Label.
Bust the Label.
Sergio, am I doing your PR for you, Sergio?
Kind of.
Sergio! No, I'm so proud of him because he started from scratch. He always had a dream. And Sergio's the type that if he says, I'm going to do it, he will do it. If he has to walk through fire, he will get it done. And I love that about him. And he's young, and he's full of life, and you're just full of positivity, Sergio.
Thank you.
And he's married to one of my friends, who she was supposed to be here, but she's not here. So Khalid, tell them.
Okay, so my name's Khalid, and I'm mostly known for being the mastermind behind the camera of some of the world's largest creators. So I help creators to scale and monetize their audiences and to scale paid communities, if anybody knows what a paid community is. Paid communities. So we help people to monetize through selling info products and creating communities and teach people how to mass distribute content. So, for example, one of our clip curators here is currently clipping for Drake. And we help people to push the messages globally to become omnipresent. So that's what I'm mostly known for, as well as ranting on Instagram.
Yeah. By the way, ranting.
Ranting.
No, so by the way, if you want to know any more about them, they're available on social media. These are their names, so you get to know more about what they do. But let me take you through like a fire rapid question that I want you to answer quickly and how it affected your business, especially that we're in a tech event right now. How is AI and tech part of what you do? And let's do it fast because I want to ask you so many questions.
It's massive now. It's completely cut down you know, the long processes. I mean, AI, you spoke about ChatGPT. Script writers pretty much have gone for me now. Yeah. I hired 2 script writers and I've moved them on to other stuff now because it's phenomenal. Just video editing as well. It's just incredible how much tech does actually.
Yeah, so it saves you a lot when it comes to your work, right?
A lot of time, yeah.
Did it save you money and time?
Saves a lot of money, saves a lot of time. And I think the other thing is that people see me and they assume I've got like a massive team.
Yeah.
But I haven't, yeah.
But that's how it looks because it's so professionally done. But it's all technology, right?
Exactly, yeah.
But just a piece of advice for everyone listening I know that it looks complicated. I know AI looks, but once it's like driving a car. Once you learn, it's like it's easy. So I want you to advise them to actually take a look at, no matter what their business is, there is AI for everything.
Absolutely. I mean, one thing you should do is obviously follow me because I try and share tips and tricks for businesses, specifically around AI tools. But the thing is, AI is like dabbling at the moment, you know, we're all like practitioners. So I don't pretend to be an expert because even for me, there are new AI apps that I might come across or tech that I might come across. And it's a learning process for me. And sometimes I learn from followers and subscribers who'll be like, oh, Emkwan, did you know that this could do X, Y, Z? And I'm like, wow, I had no idea. So we're all learning at the moment. So yeah, you have to dabble in it basically to win it.
By the way, I'm the type of panelist that walks around. So if I'm creeping behind you,
it's okay.
Just don't worry, okay?
Micromanage.
Very slowly. Very slow walk.
Okay, so what about you? Show us how the future and being a futuristic entrepreneur with a business that's like this, that's in the water, it's a park. How is AI part of what you do? Because I know a lot of people here have businesses. They're like, okay, but how do I get AI into my business?
I remember last month, I wanted to create some system on the beach to get people in the water faster. I asked 2 agencies, they charged me 50K. It's like, why 50K? They asked me, I wanted to do a system, a form for online signing on the beach. They told me it would cost you 50K. It's like, 50K, why? I open ChatGPT, teach me how to code this. 2 hours later, the code was done.
Oh my, have you guys
You
heard
know,
this?
50K saved.
Yeah,
He
50K saved.
He saved 50K because ChatGPT created the coding for whatever he needed for his company.
And then we went down to the beach to test it, and within an hour, we fixed every single bug.
Yeah.
And we cut down the experience for the customer from 11 minutes to 2 minutes.
So efficient.
Extremely efficient.
And people would think, but it's an aqua park. What does AI
Yeah.
do? But look,
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
50K,
and
50K.
from that we have now full understanding what customers are, where they
Yeah.
come from, and we have follow-up messages, and then we create a follow-up message that have an emotion, and we scaled our rating in Google from 4.3 to 4.9.
that's massive.
Yeah, so now we have 3,900 reviews in Google
That's
for 4.9
massive.
just from doing this simple thing.
Yeah, that's massive. But you know, speaking of Google reviews, do you guys know that in the UAE, if you write a negative Google review, you get in trouble?
It's a problem, I know.
So it's a good thing for some businesses. No, but as you can see, it's not a futuristic business that he does. It's a beautiful business on the beach. AI saved him time, beautiful user experience. He made it all through technology and saved money and time. So it doesn't have to be a business in technology so you can integrate it. What about you?
I think from my professional athlete background, I think it's very interesting how technology is shaping the way we train, we perform, and we even recover nowadays. Because I remember when I used to train with the first team of Real Madrid, we used to have this vest with a device on the front that used to track our heart rate. And
Yeah, it looks like a sports
Yeah.
bra. I'm always like, why are the
Yeah.
male football players wearing sports bras?
And that was a big thing at that moment. And nowadays it's incredible how you can even just with a bracelet in your wrist, like Whoop or Fitbits or Apple Watch even, it can measure the quality of your sleep, or it can measure the oxygen levels, and that is actually amazing. So I think it's changing a lot in that way. And
you do care about health and all that. You eat healthy, you work out every day. I see you drag your wife to the gym all the time.
Literally.
I see the stories. But also I love that you're talking about how sports and tech became one, and then that created your baby, which is Bust the Label, because you want to give people a healthy lifestyle.
Completely. So I'm
Yeah.
a big fan of fitness and health altogether, and I think technology is helping a lot in that way. So we created Basta Label, which is just basically all organic, very healthy products that helps to have a healthier lifestyle, and that's kind of like our focus now.
But even in football now, if you realize, back in the days there were so many people watching the match to say penalty. Now it's all AI machines everywhere, and it's more accurate. I like it in sports
It is
because it's
fantastic.
more accurate than humans. Because if the referee doesn't like you, it's like George the robot doesn't lie.
100%. And even now in
So-
sports, for example, they have some smart T-shirts, we call it, that it can track your live performance as a professional athlete, and it can give you live results, which helps a lot before finding the game.
Yeah, no, that's amazing. Khalid, what about you?
So we like to leverage code because code's one of the biggest leverages in business. So the biggest leverages in business are content, code, labor, and capital. Why code? Because it allows us to automate a lot of the kind of day-to-day tasks in our business and to scale. So, and another reason why I'm delving into tech now is because most creator founders that create companies can't exit because it's tied to their faces. Whereas when you create kind of a SaaS tool or a software that someone could solve a problem with, you could scale that business and then exit later down the line and kind of run off into the sunset and retire, right? So yeah, this is why I'm delving heavily into tech. But in terms of how we use some automations, or in fact even ChatGPT, we replaced our entire content research team with ChatGPT. Because if, let's say, for example, you were as a real estate agent and you wanted to learn, or you wanted to create content that would target a very specific kind of ideal client profile, you could go into ChatGPT. You could type in something that sounds like this. I want you to perform some content research for me. I want you to be our head kind of content researcher. I want you to give me the pains, goals, wants, needs, and desires of our ICP, right? And you can get it to spit it out and label it in kind of a format of a table. So it will produce 50 content ideas. You could then get ChatGPT to script those ideas, and now you have a bank of content ready to kind of pump out. So it kind of systemizes the content creation process, which most creators or creator founders kind of struggle with, because how many of us have kind of time in a day to kind of bank a month's worth of content, right? So there's many ways that you can kind of use AI and software to leverage in business.
Yeah, but what's nice also about AI, and especially like ChatGPT or whatever you use, DeepSeek or whatever you use, the beauty of it is that it studies your personality. Like, for example, let's say if I open my ChatGPT right now and I say, hey, I'm traveling to Hungary. Give me a list of things to do. It's crazy. So ChatGPT would go like, you have a carnivore diet. Let me search for carnivore restaurants. It's like it already knows everything about you, so it speaks your language, which makes it easier because if it's an assistant, sometimes what happens is like, I told you I'm a carnivore, and they forget things, and humans forget. Some jobs are amazing to have technology take over, so you can rest better as an entrepreneur even. But let me ask you this. Let's do this fun round really fast. One AI application you tried for your business, but you hated, and it didn't serve you. Like you tried to work with it, you're like, oh God, I can't do this. It's hard.
I haven't really experienced anything, but DeepSeek, let me say DeepSeek for me.
It's confusing, right? A little bit?
Yeah, perhaps I expected too much from it,
Yeah.
and I was expecting like the ChatGPT thing, but I think I also caught it at the wrong time when everybody else was on it, so like it kept failing for me. So, but I think generally there hasn't been any, AI tool that has let me down in a drastic way, except for DeepSeek.
No face apps for Instagram?
I don't need that, thank you.
What about you?
Nothing, to be honest.
You tried even if you don't know the name, you're like, I tried it for work, it didn't work. Because I want to show the audience that as entrepreneurs, you try things that didn't work. And if they meet like anything in technology they don't like, they can switch to other things.
Because sometimes you try something, it does not work the way you want it to work.
Yeah.
And then, okay, I do more research. It's like, I'm using it wrong. The prompt is wrong. The way I expected the results to be is different. DeepSeek was a bit weird. I agree with you, big time. Gemini is very interesting. I like it, but sometimes off, on.
Yeah.
ChatGPT is good sometimes, but it's very robotic.
Yes.
So change the tone and so on.
I think what Khalid was talking about was really important. The prompt really matters.
Yeah, prompt is
and
everything.
that's like, there's a reason why prompt engineers are going to be upcoming. Because for me as well, when I was experimenting with ChatGPT, I kept failing on certain things. The moment you understand the prompt power, it changes it completely.
Okay,
For me,
so
all
Ahmed,
prompt.
you tried what?
DeepSeek, Gemini, ChatGPT, other apps for designs, stuff for video editing.
Okay, so there were things you like, things you don't like.
Yeah.
Nothing specific.
Nothing specific.
What about you, Sergio?
I'm the same, to be honest, but I think, for example, for one of our businesses, for the podcast that we have with more than 15 million downloads, we try so many to try to replace someone who was doing title descriptions and helping us with topics. And at the end, ChatGPT was the one who actually, replaced someone who was doing that for us. So, but we try, so many different ones.
But you're very, like, Sergio sometimes edits my reels for Instagram. He's so good at editing, and he uses a lot of things. So is there any app you use, you're like, I don't get the hype?
Editing-wise, I try so many, and honestly, they're not, it's just nothing like the human touch, you know? Like, so it's just, it can give you a little bit, a little help, but at the end, the final result of a human is,
Totally.
It's,
totally. What about you, Khalid?
Okay, so remember when I spoke about the 4 biggest leverages in business? So content is the biggest leverage because it allows me to speak to millions of people at one time. So when we kind of realized the power of that, we wanted to mass distribute content. So we was trying to look for tools to be able to kind of repurpose videos into multiple videos to then be distributed on multiple channels. I couldn't get my head around Midjourney.
Midjourney.
Yeah, Midjourney.
It's not easy to use, though. It's complicated.
We now use Creo and a few other tools. Creo is an amazing tool, by the way. Musa, like a 20-year-old kid. I think the company's valued at around 40 million now. And that's a perfect example of the creator tech founder that uses his personal brand to kind of scale his offer and recommend a software to use. So yeah, Midjourney.
I love Midjourney, but it is a bit complicated. Okay, all of you are very influential online. It's not like you have a big following, all of you. Do you think you're influencing the world? And explain to me how. And don't be humble, because I'm trying. No, own it. Own whatever you do.
Okay, so I think the whole influencing thing is weird because, on the best of days, I can't influence my kids to eat their food.
Yeah.
But I think I prefer content creator as a title.
Yeah.
Because
but I want you to say if you're influencing positively.
Okay, yeah.
Not if you're an influencer.
Okay. So I believe that the content that I put out is influencing positively. I came from a vlogging background which I started to hate because I became the commodity. And I was always into tech, and I had a tech channel as well, but I realized that the moment I educate people and I add value, you were talking about this earlier on, the moment you add value, and now is the best time, especially for someone like me, where a lot of people are getting bored of consumer tech, but there's AI, there's all these other software elements. If you help people navigate through that, then you are automatically adding value, and hopefully in a positive way, because it saves people time, it saves people the effort to try and, figure out, we've got 50 to 100 new apps this month, what works, what doesn't work, so I can help in that respect. So I think I am positively influencing. It's always nice when I bump into people in Dubai Mall or wherever else, and they're like, bro, you saved me so much money because I ended up buying this phone or going for this service. It's really helped a great deal. So that's a positive influence.
So you feel like when you hear that, you feel like you've accomplished what you're doing online,
100%,
right?
Yeah.
But you also have a beautiful way of doing it, because some people complicate things more. It's like, bro, I followed you to teach me, and I'm complicated. No, but I really love the way, and I wish you all would go see his content. He just simplifies how to use any technology. I think it's beautiful.
I come from a teaching background, so that helps. And it's also because I think I used to make long-form content, I still do, but short-form content, it forces you to, you have to get your idea down.
Yeah, but not everyone's good at it. Let's be honest.
Yeah. Okay.
You're gifted.
Alhamdulillah.
You do come from a background of, even if you didn't have the background of teaching, you would still have that gift, because taking a big thing and just minimizing it into a simple idea.
Absolutely. It's taken a lot of effort and grind and failures and wins and stuff like that as well.
Totally. What about you, Ahmed?
It's very interesting. Sometimes you're walking around or get DMs and people change their life because something I said. Sometimes you get long DMs saying I quit my job because of you, and now I'm doing Hajj with my mom because of you. It's like, huh? How did I do that? Because moving somebody's 1 degree changed the trajectory for the whole lineage. And that just switching the mindset and perspective from your perception to perspective is a huge thing. So I think I'm just good in getting people to find a job. Just it. This is what you're supposed to do. For me, it was very powerful. Sometimes I'm traveling the world and it's like, hey, I know you from this video I saw you. It's like, how do you see my video and you're in Mozambique? And it's like, okay, so it works.
The internet.
Yeah, the internet is a powerful thing, yeah.
Okay. No, I love it. And to be honest, the reason I'm asking this question is because the title influencer, it's such a challenge name, to the extent when people tell me, oh, you're an amazing influencer, I'm like, I'm not an influencer.
I'm not.
It has a negative connotation to it. But the truth is, influencing comes from influencing people, and you are a real influencer.
Because for me, I was a businessman who became a creator. And I just changed my journey of my failures and how bad it was and how I got out of it, and my mindset and my masculine energy through the videos, and then that resonated to people.
No, totally. And I watch his content. He does inspire people. And his story is so humbling because he came from nothing. And he made it all happen. So, Sergio. Sergio, my friend, we've been together through thick and thin.
A lot.
You, to be honest, you should write a book about how to receive so much negativity online and to sit straight with a smile. Hey, Sergio's always taking it with a smile. He doesn't let anything affect him, and he keeps going and going and going. You are influencing in a positive way.
Yeah, I think that comes from kind of like Real Madrid, because when I was playing there, I got to a point in life that I was not where I kind of wanted to be, so I left Real Madrid, broke a contract, everybody told me to stay, and I ended up just leaving completely. Switched, careers, and it was a very, very intense change for me in life. But I think, because I'm married to someone, my wife, for those who doesn't know her, she's 19 years older than me. Since the beginning, we received so much, negativity online, even until today. But I think we are a proof example that you can actually, just be real, don't listen to society, and if you feel it, you just can go ahead and do it, because at the end of the day, the ball will switch and it will be on your side. And I think that's kind of what happened with us. In the beginning, there was a lot of negativity, a lot of people just kind of concerned about, us in general. And then nowadays, it is amazing how the whole world switched completely, and now we are everywhere online, everybody kind of loves us, and they're super,
It's like there's so much keyboard warriors online that they just go online, insult you because they can, and project their anger, their negativity on you. And you, out of everyone, we did the show together, out of everyone on the show, you got the most because your wife is 19 years older than you.
Literally.
And everyone's like, oh, she's a sugar mama. But you went and showed everybody that you own your business, you have your own money. The people kept on trying to bring you down. And Sergio was just going up, 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 you know?
I mean,
And
I
I'm
never
so
really
proud of
listened to
you.
people, to be honest. It was just, I think you are in your inner path and you just have to believe in yourself, keep
Yeah.
going and never really listen, to society. And I think that's kind of,
Yeah, if
just
you listened, you would have been miserable, but you're very
100%.
happy. Yeah. What about you, Khalid? How is your influencing online?
Yeah, so before I touch on that, I'd just like to kind of follow up on what you just said because you hit the nail on the head. So, the Queen of England, she was one of the most recognizable women on the planet, right? She died a few years ago. None of you thought about her until now, until I've just mentioned her. Which shows that if you knew how quickly we were forgotten after death, you wouldn't live your life to impress others. Yeah? So if any of you are worried about getting in front of the camera to kind of drive traffic to your offers or help to build a business, just do it. Nobody cares, And you're always going to get negative people. You could be the most perfect, purest, kindest person ever, and someone will always have something to say about you, Because we can't please anyone. So, my background, I come from the most humble beginnings. If the house alarm was going off when you got home from school, it meant the electricity had gone, yeah? So I spent many years building businesses, failed businesses, came to Dubai, invested and stayed here, and then one of my business partners got me in front of the camera, and that's when things kind of took off, And I've had to battle through everything that you've had to battle with trying to kind of find your messaging and making sure that you're trying to put out the right content, because we have to ask ourselves, when we're reaching millions of people, is our message going to impact the world for the worst, or is it going to make it better? Because at the end of the day, we're all going to be kind of weighed on that, right? So I just try to kind of push out the best message I can and gift the best kind of version of myself to the world. But nobody's perfect.
A lot of people think that with fame and with like being an influencer or being known, like with fame and publicity comes a lot of freedom. That's not true. With fame comes a lot of responsibility and less freedom, because yes, I know it is your social media page. I know, because every time people do something negative and like I tell them, why would you do something like that online in front of everybody? She's like, it's my page. It's your page, but it's not your bedroom. That means it's your page. Everyone can walk into it. Children, people who have money, people who don't have money, people who are ill, people who are healthy. So if you're not accountable for everything you say, and I always say this, when I have around 1.5 million followers, and I always say I'm not worthy, one of them, to follow me if I'm not impacting your life positively. So it doesn't matter. You don't have to be a public speaker or an influential or a podcaster or anything to do with mental health. If you're not putting something positive out there for the world, you don't deserve that following, to be honest. And that's how I see it. And I'm glad that people like you are dominating and they're growing in their fields and inspiring people, because you are the right people to inspire. And I always say, stop making stupid people famous, because the reason they're famous is because we make them famous. So these are the people who we need to pay attention to. These are the entrepreneurs who are influencing, who would help you, who would support you. So no, I love this topic, and I'm not humble about how I impact people. You should not be humble about how you impact people. If you could describe yourself as an entrepreneur, I don't need loving, funny. I need, not as a man, as an entrepreneur in your business. If I go and ask anyone that works with you, describe Emkwan, Ahmed, Sergio, Khalid in four words. Give me 4 words that describe you. Just 4 words. Don't tell me how, where, why. I just throw them out there.
Focused, experimentative now, which wasn't the case before. Connected.
As a businessman.
As
an entrepreneur, yeah?
Yeah. And I mean connected to like what's going on.
Yeah.
Not necessarily, I don't have any wasta or anything like that.
Yeah.
What else?
Why? What's wrong with wasta?
No, not that kind of wasta.
By the way, wasta in Emirati means
Okay, he's my wasta
connections.
now. Okay, I have only wasta
Means
now.
I got connections
What
above
else?
connections.
And the last one I think would probably be enjoying the process.
Okay.
That's multiple words, but yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
4
Having fun.
words.
Okay.
As a businessman, 4.
Ruthless,
Ruthless,
abundant,
abundant,
very disciplined,
disciplined,
consistent.
consistent. I like it. Sergio, 4.
Emotional, because I'm Latino.
I love your emotional side, trust me.
That's the biggest one I would say. And
Yeah.
then persistence from my professional athlete background.
Okay.
I like what you said about enjoying the process. I think, you were talking as well about that
Yeah.
before, that, I really enjoy, I think a lot of people, they focus on the end destination and they forget about the process. And I think the
Yeah.
process is the most beautiful part of it, because
It's
then
the
when
right
you,
now.
yeah, when you
Yeah.
make it, then you're like, oh my God, how fun it was, all that
Yeah.
process of building it.
Yeah.
And another one I could say, real. I'm very real. I'm very authentic with my words and who I am.
Yeah.
It's truly what you see, what you can just
Yeah.
perceive.
Love it. By the way, speaking of like what you said, the second point, what did you say before this? The point you mentioned?
Enjoying the process.
Enjoying the process, yeah? So, there's a saying that like completely wakes you up. There's a saying that goes, she made plans for tomorrow, but she died tonight. Life is short. And a lot of people always are upset because they're waiting for the end goal. It's the now. This moment on stage is never going to happen again with these people again. So it's the moment now that I enjoy. I don't care about my end goal. Whether it happens or not, I practice tawakkul. I practice surrendering to God. I'll do the work, but the results are all on God. So I love what you said. It's very important for entrepreneurs. What about you? 4 words.
Okay, so I'd say formidable, but kind to my people. Say dependable
Okay.
and slightly obsessed with, achieving the
Obsessed.
goal. Yeah, obsessed
Okay.
with kind of hitting the goals,
Yeah.
But to be honest, God doesn't really care. Allah doesn't really care about the wealth that we earn or what we kind of achieve. What He cares about is the final destination that He wants us to reach is becoming the person that it takes to deserve it.
Yes.
So yeah, definitely enjoy the journey and definitely just look after your people. There's not one of my team members that doesn't earn somewhat of a rev share as we scale, so they can scale out their own business entities within our business, And I think as long as you look after your people, you have a clear goal and you lead by example,
Yeah.
you'll hit it,
It's true.
at some point.
I love that. What's one thing you wish you could change about yourself as an entrepreneur? It can be something like, I'm addicted to working and I wish I was less. It can be anything that you wish you can change, a habit.
I think I am having so much fun at the moment that sometimes I forget that there are times when work has to switch off.
Yeah.
Which was never the case before, especially in the 9 to 5. Now that I'm in this process and enjoying the process, like it's so much fun.
Yeah.
Just came back from Malaysia, going to Barcelona, a couple of hours here, driving down from Abu Dhabi. Like, this is fun. And sometimes, like, the body doesn't agree with that right now,
So you mean you enjoy it so much that
Enjoy the process so
it's
much.
out of control sometimes. and
Sometimes
you
I need
focus.
to, like, rein back a little. Yeah.
Got it. Okay. I mean, that's a great advice for entrepreneurs because they don't. I like to work smart. I don't like to work hard as an entrepreneur, What about you? One habit you wish you can change as an entrepreneur?
I'm a very strong manifester.
Okay.
So a lot of the big things that I got them because I know I was gonna get them. So when I got them, I didn't even register that I got the big things. Like in 1 month, I got Guinness World Record, Entrepreneur of the Year, Mad Business of the Year, and CEO of the Year in the same 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I didn't even register the whole idea because I knew for a fact it's gonna happen. I saw it, I felt it, I tasted it a year before. So I think just being in the moment more, I was like, hey, I just did this massive thing. Just
You mean once you receive it, you enjoy it?
yeah, I just okay, next one.
Ah, okay, got it.
Immediate, okay, what's next?
That's actually a huge problem for entrepreneurs. Is
Yeah.
that nothing satisfies them?
No.
They're always looking for the next
I'm
thing.
happy, but never satisfied.
Okay,
I'm
got it.
very happy with everything I have, but never satisfied. I always want more.
You know, I never had that problem. I'm not attached to my business in
I'm
that
not,
way.
but
Not
it's
that,
like-
I don't care.
I get so many things, and it's like, okay, next.
Yeah. Okay, got it. So
Yeah.
you're like on the run always. You
Always
wish you
more.
could slow down a little bit.
Maybe, not really.
Okay. No, maybe not really. He's not even convinced he has a
Yeah,
problem in
because
that.
if you rest, you rust. You can't do that.
True? That's
Yeah.
true. What about you, Sergio?
I could say I'm very creative from my marketing background, that sometimes I forget about the technical side of it. So now I learn how to delegate, and if I come up with idea and put it together, I as a business owner, as a entrepreneur, you want to always take control of everything normally because it's your baby. So then now I learn how to delegate and just pass it to other people below. They just can handle it.
Because you're the type that explodes creativity, doesn't think of the details.
Exactly.
And
I'm
then,
like, oh my God, we should do this, and then
yeah, like we'll be chilling. Sergio's like, let's build a pyramid, and then we get excited about the pyramid, and he's like, oh, but we don't know how to build one. So I love that, but I love it. It's the inner child in you.
Exactly.
I don't think that's a problem though. Yeah. What about you, Khalid?
I'd say balance. Finding balance, yeah. Trying to balance kind of life and work and not becoming a workaholic and getting things done. If I don't actually time block my entire kind of month ahead, honestly, you can say goodbye to it. Like there's some times where I'll focus for 90 days, I'll lock in, and then there's other times that my assistant, she'll send me a report, I'll send it back and say, deal with that. Like, I can't, gone, away with the fairies. And it's because I've either been working too hard and I've got burnout, or I've got kind of distracted with other things. So finding balance between projects and life and, business and enjoying it.
Yeah, I think balance is a big thing. For me, I would leave an investor meeting to go to a healing retreat any day. Like, I put myself above everything. But I don't know, we all operate differently. But how important is mental health for you for this? Because we're wrapping it up now. So, because a lot of these people might be thriving entrepreneurs or wanting to become entrepreneurs, but they need to know before they start this stage in their life, mental health, how is it important?
I remember, slow and steady wins the race.
Yeah.
And mental health comes from, or when people start breaking down in mental health, it comes from burnout. Sometimes, you have to, like you said, prioritize yourself.
Yeah.
And as entrepreneurs, we fail to do that. Majority of entrepreneurs are too focused on the next project or focused on their team or the next goals or whatever.
Yeah.
And sometimes you have to remember that you are the engine at the heart of the car.
True.
So if you break down, the whole thing can break down.
True.
And lose focus. So it's important, very important.
True, and the thing is, a lot of entrepreneurs say, I'm working day and night because I want to live the dream. Yeah, when you're die because you're burnt out or get depressed, you're not going to enjoy the dream anyways. And then you have another problem. It's now your mental health that your dream has been achieved. So I feel like people don't value mental health so much, but it made me a better entrepreneur. I swear to God, it made me more balanced, better at even with my team, better at being creative, better at everything. What about you? I know you're big on that.
Huge on that, yeah.
Yeah.
I think peace is the most expensive luxury. Very expensive. So
peace and sleep, Ahmed. Wallah, sleep became a luxury now.
It is good. Sleep is nice, occasionally. So peace is very important. Choosing which energies and people you keep around you is very important. You're better off being alone than being with people that put your fire down. Because you're on fire, you need either you get me more air, put more wood, or put water on me. So what are you adding to my life? Less is more. You do not need too much people around you. You need only one or two people who believes in you. Change yourself from perception and perspective. Your perception is you're in a bubble. It's very low frequency. Perspective is much higher. Can I be in your shoes and other people's shoes? Again, I think being grounded is very important all the time. Enjoy the simple things. Is very important, and enjoy the company. And the most important company is you and yourself.
1,000,000%.
Yeah. So you can't be in war with the world and yourself. Choose one.
100%.
Yeah. You can't 100%. Carry the mountains are there for you to climb, not to carry.
100%.
So focus on that part. Yeah.
And when you said the most important company is yourself.
Yeah.
And a lot of people say, but I don't want to be alone. Solitude is not being lonely. Solitude
it's
is not being alone. It's beautiful solitude.
You need to be your best friend all the time. You can't be a critic and best friend. Either this 100%. Or that.
And to be honest, I feel like, personally, I cannot connect. I cannot do better at anything as a mother, anything in my life, unless I have my time alone. So solitude is very important to energize, to think, to even question yourself, to get downloads and ideas.
Exactly.
When you're alone. Yeah. But you have a big thing in your house that I need to try. He has a beautiful conductor in his house that charges you with energy. So to him as an entrepreneur, fixing his frequency is important because it is your mental health as well. Yeah. Having all these companies can sometimes drive you crazy. What about you, Sergio? Mental health.
For me, mental health is everything, to be honest. I love my routine in the morning, my cold plunge, my coffee, and my workouts. And I think, never really take for granted where you are because there is someone out there who wishes to be where you are today. Yeah. And I think that's something very important as an entrepreneur because you always want more desire to grow, and then you really forget where you were 1 year ago. you look back and you're like, oh my God, I wish to be where I am today, having all this. So I think that's a very, very important advice.
Yeah.
And yeah, just that's mainly, to be honest. Yeah.
Got it. Khalid.
I think you hit the nail on the head again with perspective. So happiness is based on your perspective, right? Somewhere out there now, there's some child in a third world country kicking around a raggedy football, and he's happier than most of us because he doesn't know any better, And I think that when you've got all this kind of abundance and like everything's disposable and you want to chase more, what are we really chasing? Yeah, we should be chasing kind of happiness and taking care of our families and stuff. So for me, I just learned, once you learn not to fight fate or fear death, that life just becomes so much more content. So if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. If it's not, it's not. It's already written, right? Just kind of enjoy the bad times, because anything that you're going through in business or in life right now, it's designed to make you stronger. So when you come out the other side, you'll not regret it, So yeah, just learn not to fight fate and leave it to God.
Happiness is a choice. Happiness is not a place, destination, or a person. And that's the mystery I've been chasing all my life until I realized it's just a choice. Be happy. You don't need anything, because if your happiness depends on a business or on a woman or a man or anything, if they're gone, happiness is gone. So you own me. And for you to be free, happiness should be something internal inside of you, not depending on anything outside of you. So thank you so much for being on this panel. Guys, a big round of applause for Emkwan, Aquaman, Sergio, Khalid. Take a screenshot, follow them on social media. They're awesome people. That's my manager. She's like Kris Jenner, always clapping on the side. Thank you so much. Let's take a picture, then we get off stage.